Okay, let's look at next question. Alright, so we have modulus, that's mean absolute. What this is equation, absolute equation. Okay, absolute, of course, you have to divide into two, positive and negative, but we didn't reverse our sign because it is equation. Alright, if it is inequalities, you reverse the sign here, but here no need because it is equation. So we calculate on the left, you get the two value, and we calculate on the right. When you want to calculate this, you will get the decimal value. Okay, decimal value is not acceptable here because you have to write down in whole numbers. Okay, if you don't have the whole numbers, that means you need to use the formula to get the value. Okay, what is the formula that we have? X equal to negative b plus minus square root b square minus 4ac over 2a. It's easy, right? We learned during school here. So you apply everything. Write down, list down first what is a, what is b, what is c. This is so simple. Okay? Now you write down first and then you can check whether you are writing the same, you are substituting the right things or not. Okay? So you put the value here. Okay, 4 plus minus set 8 over 2. You please see inside the set. Inside set we have 4 multiplied by 2. Alright, so here what can we simplify? We know that set 4 is equal to 2. Set 2 we have to leave it there. So here you have 3 compartments. Alright, and it has the same thing for the 3 compartments there. So our final answer is 2 plus minus set 2. And lastly, list down everything in terms of solution set. Alright, put according to the value. Okay, what you shouldn't do here, if you can't factorize directly, we use the formula. Alright, number 2, for x, you can't just cancel 2 of them. Alright, what we need to do, you have to have all the elements here, and to cancel, make sure each element has the same thing. And lastly, with anything inside set so that we can simplify. If you can, alright, you have to see either inside set has anything related to the bottom so that we can cancel with each other. Alright, what I want to highlight here is actually this part, set 8. Okay, make sure you don't leave it as set 8. It's wrong because you can change it into set 2, right? This is set simplified set. Okay. Next, our question is a modulus. It means absolute equation. Okay, again, absolute, we have positive, we have negative. Okay, absolute equation, we don't need to do anything. It is, we just use union. Okay, we get the value and you get the value 4. So here, guys, okay, you have x inside, x outside, remember? So that's when you have to check. Okay, so our final answer is only 3. So you can see here, when we get 4, you get 2 and negative 2 is not the same, so we can't accept. Alright, if you don't check, you will simply take the wrong answer. Okay, we look at another absolute equation here. So we have positive 2, we have negative 2, so x squared equal to 9. Okay, from square, you change to set, you have to put plus minus. That's why we got 2 values here. So that's do we need to check all these 4 answers? No, you don't have x outside. Here you have x outside, x inside. For you to check, you have to have both. Okay, the two conditions. Don't forget anything involve absolute, either absolute equation. Okay, for absolute equation you have to use union. Alright, so we put a negative on the left hand side. For absolute inequalities is depends on our set, our modulus x. Okay, if our modulus x is greater, that's when you need to use union. Okay, alright, so, and just reverse the symbol on the left hand side and put the negative. For modulus x less than, that means you have to separate them into two. The left hand side again, same. You reverse the symbol and put negative, and you need to use intercept. Okay. So here, next from square, you change to set. You have to use plus minus, and check if x has inside and x outside. Okay, so here is the question of absolute inequalities, right? Absolute inequalities, which involve negative and reverse symbol on the right hand side. Oh, sorry. From the slide before, I said as left hand side, here it's actually the right hand side. Okay, so that's the correction for that. So here you change to original and your right hand side, reverse the symbol and put negative here. Okay, as you can see here, there is no problem in front of modulus x. So it is modulus x greater, that means you have to use union. So you do the solutions. Alright, so you get x less than 5/3. So here you calculate x less 3/5. So you combine two of them, you use union, that means our answer is x less than 5/3. Okay, so be careful with the calculation. If you make wrong calculation here, it will make you shade it the wrong. Okay, shade it wrong and your answer will be wrong. So be careful. Alright. Okay, don't forget to reverse the sign and put negative on left hand side. Why did I put left hand side? It's actually right hand side here. Right hand side. Sorry now. So here is right hand side. Don't be confused. Reverse the sign and put negative on this side. Don't just write your answer as less than 1 as less than 3 or 5. Okay guys, for inequalities, you can just take it from the here. You can just take it from here. Alright, because we separate it. When you separate it, alright, you need to combine it. That's it. Okay, and shade it depends on our union or intercept. Don't write your answer as okay. Why? Kenapa kita tak boleh buat dalam bentuk? Because our question are solution set. Alright, it's simple. You must follow what the hint of the question. Okay, take note the hint. Bulatkan sesuatu. What's the question one? That's the way we are doing. Okay, lastly, the last question for me to take note about our chapter 2. You have modulus x less than x. So it is absolute inequalities. Okay, what you can see here, you have x inside, x outside. Okay, do you have to check? No, because it is not equation. It is inequalities. Only absolute equation you have to check. So you don't need to check. And do you have any problems in front of modulus x? No. So the first one, you just copy as the same as the equation. The second one, reverse the sign and put negative bracket. Okay, here please be careful. Don't just put negative without bracket because it will affect your answer. Because negative here means for the in front terms and the last term. Okay, so what is our symbol here? Okay, remember guys, left, middle, on the right give you total 1 mark here. Okay, if you leave it here, if you don't do this, you will get 0 here. Okay, so remember, because you separate it from the same question, so you have to, what do we say? You have to make it complete, because we want to separate it to make it just we want to make it as come from the same thing. Okay, that's why you have the original one. You have to put right here, it is n because it's less, and reverse the sign, put the negative bracket, and then you calculate carefully. Alright, arrange them, x on one side, number on one side. Okay, lastly put the x on the left, so you get this one as like greater than 16. So next arrange x, arrange number. So here you get x greater than -7. So it is an arrow to the right and arrow to the right. So our shaded is intercept. So intercept lies here. That means our final answer is x greater than 16. Again, the question asks in solution set. Right? If you write interval form, you will not get marks. Alright. Don't forget to check what type of equation and check if it is modulus x greater or less, so we can decide our symbol or n. Combine them on a number line. Okay, you have to remember this. My hint is if you separate it at the beginning, you have to combine them at the end. Alright. Next, we shape the n depends on our n okay, if we use n, that's when we shape intersect with each other. If we use all involving, we shape all involving with each other. Alright, so that's all for chapter 2. Alright, chapter 2 is a very easy if you can differentiate. Alright, then 1. If you can't, it will be a problem. So please, alright, use wisely my materials and find small, do a lot of exercise and just keep working. Alright, so thank you.